Welcome back to Under the Surface. Today we're diving into kaupapa that blends sport, culture, community, and identity in a powerful way. We're joined by someone whose vision has shaped not just a team, but a movement. The founder and leader of Kotahitanga Māori Rugby League, Aaron Alberts, or more affectionately known as Azza. Azza's built a space where Māori values, whānau, rugby league come together with purpose. Today we're going to explore his journey, the heart behind the club, and the legacy he's building for future generations.
Yes.
Azza, tēnā koe. Thank you for being here, brother.
Kia ora, brothers. Thank you guys for having me on. First time on a podcast ever.
Honoured. Actually honoured.
Excited to have you here, bro. And your story is one. Yeah, I have a particular interest in and personal interest in my younger boy. He played for Kotahitanga last year, and I think what you've done with the club since you started has been massive. Before we jump into it though, bro, I just want to go through a couple highlights from Kotahitanga. So since its inception in 2016, Kotahitanga's pretty much been at the top of the game. You enjoy a reputation for being one of the most successful Māori Rugby League organisations in Aotearoa. In 25 alone, you guys had, and correct me if I'm wrong, bro, because I took these off your father's Facebook page, 432 registered players across 22 teams, under 19s, 14s and 15 tama grades, all winning their divisions at the New Zealand Māori Rugby League tournaments. And you guys have a pretty massive history of taking teams over to Australia and competing against NRL clubs and things like that, and providing opportunity for young tamariki to get opportunities to get exposure. But not only that, you guys also have around 70 odd players plying their trade around in the NRL: Harold Matts, SG Ball, Tasha Gale, Lisa Fiola. Bro, huge accomplishment. Establishing one of, if not the most successful rugby league nursery pathways in New Zealand, bro.
Yeah. I think your numbers are a little bit inaccurate there.
That's what I said. Correct me if I'm wrong, bro. What do you got?
No, it was just because obviously we rang Dempsey earlier and he was telling me around that 70 mark, over 70 with just that Lisa Fiola, Tasha Gale, Harold Matts, SG Ball thing. But then I think there's, I don't know, if you dive into Jersey Flag and Q Cup, New South Wales Cup, and then into NRL, there's probably a good another, it must be another 40 to 50 more players.
From Kotahitanga alone?
Yep, from Kotahitanga alone, because I know there's heaps of boys and girls. Yeah, honestly, there'd probably be at least half of those would be girls.
Right, that's massive.
That's insane.
That's big numbers.
Even, we're talking 9 years, right? You're going into, the 10th year?
This is our 11th year. Yeah.
11th year.
Yeah, 11th year, yeah. So for all year. So when they do the, I suppose, year by year from 2016 to 2026, but 2025 was our 10th active year.
Right.
I suppose this year is our 11th active year.
Well, that's a massive accomplishment. Bro, so we're from Wellington. I've been up to Māoris a number of times with teams from Wellington, and we look at the draw every time, and it's shucks, we're Kotahitanga, and that's the type of thing that you guys have sort of established for yourselves. You're a feared organisation by other Māori clubs.
Yeah, and I think for me, that's not in that whole Māori space, but I know about Kotahitanga. That's just from all the boys, even just the parents within the rugby league circles that I'm involved with. They talk about it's crazy how established and how feared you guys are within that whole cultural circuit of rugby league.
Yeah. I think it's more to do with the opportunities as well. I know as a kid, and they will see, I suppose, the accolades that come from winning and stuff like that. And like I've always mentioned, the trophies that's not the winner for me. The trophies is taking the kids to Australia and opportunities them getting signed. If there were 20 trophies in a Māori calendar year, or there was an opportunity to get 20 kids signed to NRL contracts, I'll take the contracts every day of the week.
Yeah, nice.
We've won every trophy on the Māori calendar except for the Waka grade, which is I suppose, no disrespect to anyone, but sort of the B grade of the Tuakana tournament. We won everything else. So for me, the biggest win that I want to keep doing, and which what we will continue to do, is just take kids to Australia, get them signed. If they don't get signed, then just see what the next opportunity is for them there. And, even with this ARL concept that's just been set up, a lot of people don't know this, and this is probably the first time that I'll speak about it, but because the Warriors twice have come to me and tried to connect Kotahitanga officially with the Warriors.
Partnership.
Yeah, as a partnership. I've turned them down twice.
Yeah.
I've turned them down. The reasons I turned them down is because, obviously, this is our country, this is where, we're all Warriors, everything. But the Warriors can only take so many kids.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if I'm, I suppose, connecting a partnership with the Warriors, then NRL clubs in Australia ain't going to want to deal with me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I've got a close relationship with the Bronx, with the Bulldogs, with pretty much everyone over there. I know everyone at all the NRL clubs, and so that's why I wouldn't do that. But the ARL approached me about a month ago,
Right.
and we just spoke about, and because obviously the ARL have got a partnership with the Warriors,
Yeah.
and because anytime I want stuff from the Warriors, I say, oh yeah, look, I need you might ask for 10 tickets or to the games or whatever. Or I ask for like 100. Bro, I go the whole hog.
Man's got
Yeah,
clout.
bro,
102 now, 100.
Oh, no.
Man's
100.
got clout.
bro, and then there's and bro, I get them every time, and then I see a grand final sold out, one of the finals home sold out. I was like, fuck, message all the boys, hey boys, Mrs. Chance, message any of the boys, hey, any tickets? No, nothing. Right, so boom, straight to Cappy, boom. Sorry, bro, I need 50 tickets. Bro, I need 50 tickets. I said, all my family are coming, I've promised these people, I promised these, and I just hound them, bro, I get them.
Yeah.
Just hound them and get them. But so I suppose part of the reason that I decided to form that partnership with the ARL, which they're going to release, I think, next week, is because it just opens opportunities up. So we don't have an official rugby league club or fields. We just sort of use Manurewa, Northcote, Ellerslie, or whatever clubs we're connected to or the coaches are connected to. With the ARL, we can just go to them and say, hey, we need fields on these dates, and then they'll take care of it for us.
Yeah.
And it's to do with the numbers as well. It's also a numbers game. Obviously, we got good numbers, and we can sort of, I suppose, exchange data and stuff like that as well.
Yeah.
Bro, I want to go a bit deeper, and I want to start at the beginning. Bro, what sparked the idea for Kotahitanga?
The honest truth.
Yeah,
I want
honest.
bro. Give me real.
The honest truth is because I had a big sook. That's the honest truth, bro. Because I said to my old man, because I used to run I pretty much ran it, but I was obviously as our whānau organisation called Tihoi. That was since that started 5 years earlier, and so so it's obviously my old man and my uncle were the main guys that were running it and stuff, and then I sort of started bringing all the players in and sort of doing everything, but I wasn't the decision maker.
Yeah.
And we went to a grand final and we lost the grand final, and I had some ideas that I wanted to pitch, and at the time I had all the up and coming kids that were coming through, like the James Bells, Jazz Tavangas, Makaire Beatties, which is who all have gone on since then. And so my old man told me, okay, I'll talk to Uncle, and then you can take over, and we'll support you and help you. Yeah, sweet. And then we got to the end of the year, and then we went to the final that year, and obviously we got pumped by a stacked as Aussie team. But before the tournament, my uncle said, "Oh no, you can take over next year." Yeah. And so I was like, "Oh shit!" So I done all the lead up, done all the organising, pulled everything together, and then straight after that, I went home and had a sook. I was like, nah, I'm setting my own organisation up, just as a joke, and just sort of set it up as a joke. And then, went into the next year, which was the beginning of 2016. And then, and then we were just talking to my old man and, said to my uncle, am I taking over? And he said, oh, no, not yet, bro, you need to do more. So I was like, stuff this, I'm not going to be a bum boy anymore. Yeah. So I just, so it came up the idea that I was going to set up a team. At the time, I was connected to Papakurasi Eagles.
Yep.
So I was pretty much, obviously good coaching staff there. Richie Blackmore was a coach. I'd already been connected with them, but not officially until, I suppose the end of 2015. So, and then that year we won the Fox. So we won the Fox in 2016. And then, and then carried on into Māoris after that. And, even trying to come up with, I got in touch with JD, said, oh, look, I really want to set up my own kaupapa. This is the reason. And JD said to me, oh, how you going to do it? You got to go into iwi or marae? Or I said, oh, we'll connect it back to where I'm from, which is Ngāti Hoa. down in the Waikato, which is Waharo. And so he pretty much gave me the green light, and then I told my old man and my uncle that I'm going in, I'm going to do this, and this is what we're going to do. And then we just sort of went home and come up with the idea, and then me and James Bell at work one day trying to figure out a name. And we were thinking about it for about a month, what's our name and all that, trying to figure out how to get sponsors, and we didn't even know where to start. Like, who's going to make our gear? How do we organise vans? And it was in Wellington, which was even harder. The first tournament was in Wellington.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, man. So we spoke with...
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been back there since. And then, so the thing is every other team struggled to get the quality players.
Yeah.
I had the players straight away. But we had to organise all the basic stuff, which was the, paying the registrations, where we're getting our money from and all that sort of stuff. So, between me and the boys, we had to come up with some fundraisers at sort of short notice. We flew into Wellington on a Friday. Yeah. One of my workers, which is my niece and her partner, which is one of my workers, we hired a truck from here, threw all our gear, balls, cones, everything that we needed down there, and they left on the Thursday, drove overnight, met us in Wellington. We got a bus instead of vans because it was cheaper, and we stayed at some backpackers in the middle of town, and and then the rest was history after that.
I guess so. Like from that, the whole setting up. What's like what's something like business related that you learned going through all that sort of stuff? Like obviously you had to find sponsorship, funding and all that sort of stuff. What did you got? I guess what did you sort of take away from those learnings?
Well, I was already self-employed, so it was. So I sort of had a bit of an idea. I hadn't really rented vans or any of that sort of stuff, because I didn't really do holidays and all that sort of stuff. But basically I winged everything. Yeah, I winged everything. But where I was lucky is the boys had my back, like through the whole thing. I knew I had a quality side, and we didn't even have a haka.
Really?
We didn't even think about the haka.
So what was the haka you guys did when you got down there?
Kamate, eh?
No, mate, we done the haka, but we made it up, bro.
On the spot?
And to this day, we still don't even know what the meaning of it is. What we did was we took different parts of people's haka, and we put it in. And bro, I told the boys, and we learnt the haka on the Friday night. In the backpackers, we had this little room. We all went in there. I said to the boys, bro, if you forget the words, whatever, just pukana handis. Yeah. Just pukana handis.
That's the age old though, eh? I always tell the boys that I coach, if you forget the kupu, bro,
just look tough. Just look tough.
Yeah, bro.
Oh, that's me.
Bro, looking back, what do you think like prepared you or pushed you to take on the kaupapa? So you talked about your uncle and the experience that you had, but I mean, does it go deeper than that, like your roots in rugby league yourself, or?
Nah, bro. So I didn't know anything about rugby league. I always played rugby growing up down in the Waikato. And then I moved up to Auckland in 2006, and that's when the first time I really sort of got to know what league was about. And then went and played at Mount Albert, and then I was like, oh crap, this is mean. Way better than rugby. Yeah. And but look, to be honest, I've always I knew that I've always been a pretty good organiser and pretty onto it with all that sort of stuff. But I just I suppose. At the time, didn't know where to use, I suppose, my skills that I had, which was, like when I look at how things are now around tournaments and all that, bro, like it's easy. Like I stress out over things, but not when it comes to tournaments because it's so easy to put together because I've done so many of them. Yeah. Yeah. So I suppose, I don't know. I think I just winged it. In this first couple of years.
I kind of relate to that because at the moment I feel like that's how we're sort of doing what we're doing, right? It's not so much winging it, but it's just like taking those opportunities when we get it, right? Yeah. I think for us, like this is a big one for us. Like we could sit in the little setup that I made, and shoot the shit, so to say. But it's like we had to fly up here from Wellington to do this, take this opportunity, and I think. I think we totally can relate to what you're talking about, eh? Yeah. So, was there a moment when you realised, like, it's bigger than just the team?
Yeah, bro, 2019.
Yeah?
That was the year, because I suppose that first year was just a men's team.
Yeah.
Second year, it was a men's team. And then by 2018, I started getting too many players.
Yeah.
So having to turn players down all the time. And then, then I got introduced to the New Zealand Māori space.
Yep.
So, obviously we were doing quite well. And JD actually asked me, hey, do you want to coach the New Zealand Māori men's team in 2019? And I said, oh, yeah, what's the details? And so what it was there was an English touring team came from England.
Yep.
And it was, so they had the tournament on the Saturday, Sunday. Then after the grand final in the Arvo, straight after the grand final, was the New Zealand Māori. Yeah, was the New Zealand Māori versus English team.
Right.
Now I turned them down on the coaching part, and I said, "Oh, I'll manage the team." I said, "Oh yeah, okay, sweet." And so I brought one of my bros in to coach the team, which is his name was Sean Clark. And we brought all the rest of the staff in, but it's the same weekend as my tournament, as the tour kind of. So yeah, this is where So what I had to do, because I agreed to this a few months earlier, so I was organising everything for my teams at the Tuakana tournament.
Yeah.
And also the manager and organising everything for the New Zealand Māori team as well.
Yeah, right.
And it was just lucky that New Zealand Māori, I think we stayed at a motel called the Four Canoes.
Oh, yeah.
And literally 15 metres away was my Kotahitanga team. So I was able to sort of go between between the two hotels and make sure that they were all right, and just sort of going backwards and forwards.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, bro. But no, it was at the end of it was on that Sunday when I realised, fuck, this is a lot bigger than what it was, and then we sort of wanted to start after that, branch off into doing the kids grades, tamariki grades.
So you didn't start tamariki until 2019?
2020.
2020?
Yeah, 2020 was our.
So was that whole thought process like the catalyst to starting the youth?
Up until 2018, I didn't want to do no kid stuff. I just want to do adult stuff.
What was it that sort of switched it to like, I want to do the kid space?
It was in 2019. We were in that camp.
Yeah.
And just see everything we're talking about around the kids and bringing kids through and all that sort of stuff. And it was just weird because I, like, straight after that campaign, went home and said, "Oh, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to do. I want to, bring some kids grades." And I told my missus at the time, "This is what I want to do." And it just randomly hit that. Like 4 months later, I think it would have been, might have been May 2020. Yep. Was when Wade Brunston and Kane O'Shea got in touch with me. Said, "Oh, bro, we'll do some kids team and we'll go to Kotahitanga." I was like, "Oh, fuck yeah, let's do that then." And then and then the team, when we assembled the team, holy, probably one of the strongest. Yeah, probably. Oh, I don't know if it's the strongest Kotahitanga team, but it would have been one of because.
So how many teams did you take that first year?
No, we only had two. It was just from 2020, we only had two, but then the next year we had 10.
Damn.
And then just kept going up and up and up.
How many you got now?
33.
Holy moly.
35. We just added two more.
That's just the rangatau.
No, that's just for this year.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, I think when that poster dropped, it was 33, and then since then we added two more because I'm going to do the Nines qualifier in Sydney, the right. Queensland Nines.
Yeah.
Just had. And then I think the girls just told me that they're going to Fiji at the end of the year. So you
talk about it all coming easy to you and stuff like that, and I've been a part of a few Māori setups myself over time, and the fundraising and things like that, it can be a bit of a nightmare, bro. But you're not only sorting teams over 33, 35, teams throughout the year, and making sure that they have everything that they need in order to go and play in these tournaments, but you're also taking a number of teams over to Aussie every year since, when did you start going to Aussie? And talk to us a little bit about that and how that came about, bro.
The truth or?
The truth, bro. The truth.
Fuck, I was on the piss. That is the truth. I was on the piss and fucking I just jumped on the phone and someone gave me Matty Hardigan's number and when he was over in Oz and I just rang him and said, "Fuck, bro, I'm pretty keen to bring and it was like 10 p.m. at night here and over there it would have been 7 o'clock actually because of the 3 hours in Queensland. just told him what I wanted to do, and then he sent an email in and started connecting, and then the next morning I woke up and I was like, what the fuck was I doing last night? Yeah, so, but bro, I'll be straight up and honest, a lot of my organising I do, it's late at night when I'm
So, I mean, to be successful in both of those spaces, you know, being here, having all of your teams that attend all the different various Māori tournaments and then taking teams to Aussie, bro, those revenue streams and stuff that you have coming in must be on, you have to have them unlocked, because, I mean, fundraising alone, that, like I said, that's a nightmare.
yeah.
So how have you gone about establishing yourself in the community space or in the spaces that you know?
Oh, when it comes to, well, not anymore, because obviously now we're a charitable trust, so we can apply for funding and
Nice.
you know, we get all the tax benefits and all that. But if I go back, say in 2022 and even back further, because obviously I'm involved with I've got a building company, and so I literally used to bully people. Like, so my plumbers, I'll be like, bro, we're short this amount. You're sponsoring that team. My electricians, bro, you're sponsoring that team.
Oh,
Go back to my suppliers, and I'm like, you need to sponsor this team, you know. And then I'll talk to like the parents and stuff like that, and then say to them, oh, look, you know, if you guys ever do any building stuff like that, let me know. You know, I'll get these guys to supply, and then they'll sponsor Kotahitanga. But most of it's fundraising, bro. A lot of it's like, we're lucky because there's a liquor store out East Auckland called Fenchurch Liquor. But every time I ring him, he'll give us like $1,000 or $1,500 worth of alcohol.
Yeah.
And then, bro, I just pump the tickets through the parents, just tell them, like, hey, you have to sell this many tickets and stuff, because, like, even when we do our trips, like, they're pretty cool. Like, we don't stay in, like, shared accommodation. I want them to have it, because it's not just about the footy, it's about the experience as well.
Yeah, right.
You know, so we make sure it's just organised. Get over there, got your, you know, you got your vans, and we organise insurance and everything. You know, we stay at quality accommodation. You know, I like to not spoil them, but like I like to take them out for dinner. So if we're on the Gold Coast, go to Broadbeach and let them have a nice dinner, order whatever they want. Yeah, you know, like that. And so just all comes down to, I suppose, all that sort of stuff, because that's one of the biggest things is the experiences, eh?
I just want to go back just a little teeny bit. So you, for like all your Kotahitanga teams, you get many boys coming over from Aussie to play?
Yeah, but most of them have already played for us before they go to Aussie.
Oh, right. Have you had any like first timers or anything like that? I'm just trying to figure out, like, you know, if you get these ones coming over from Aussie, what's the cultural experience like? What's that like for them? I only ask that because, like, some of myself, like, you know, born here but grew up over there.
Oh yeah.
You know, went over to high school, played footy over there. I never got to play in any of these Māori tournaments. Yeah. Played in a couple over there, but for me, it didn't hit the same as it would have if I played here.
Yeah.
So I always wondered, like, what would that cultural immersion be like if I came home and got to play? Do you sort of have like any boys like that sort of don't really identify with their Māori heritage or anything like that? And if so, like, what's that immersion like for them?
I think majority, I suppose, some of the younger ones that come over, we don't have many, eh? Majority of them have been here and then they go to Aussie and then come back.
Yeah.
For the tournaments and stuff. But I know there was a kid, he played for in my under 13s 2 years ago, Brad Purcell's team. That kid was a gun. He's a good player. And for them, it wasn't bringing him over trying to make rep teams, because he was already in rep teams there, but it was for the cultural experience. Yeah, right. Yeah, that was the whole purpose of it. And then obviously played for us 1 year, and then, you know, obviously then they connected up with I think it's called Te Rongo Māori over there now. Yeah. But no, same thing with the parents, what they said to us as well. Like, he's never ever experienced anything, and to be honest, like, I don't even know if he really experienced much, because all we do is teach them haka, because I haven't really got someone. That's the one thing we're missing, is that cultural side of it. Yeah. That's the real cultural side of it.
That was going to be one of my next questions as well, is around that being, you know, father of 3 young tamariki, and being, you know, making sure that my kids grow up, you know, fearlessly proud to be Māori. Yeah. And, you know, having coached a lot of Māori teams, as I said, and taking them away to Māori tournaments, you know, some of the time it's their first exposure to a Māori environment. Yeah. And similar to what you're setting up here with Kotahitanga, right? I mean, very urban sort of Māori environment that a lot of these kids are growing up in. But what impacts have you seen, even just from playing in a Māori space, do you see on some of these kids, you know, do you find that they get in touch a little bit more with their Māoritanga?
Oh no, definitely, bro. Yeah, yeah. I've seen. I think these even like I suppose I can identify and name some of the kids, especially a few kids from up north because obviously I don't have as many opportunities up there. But even when I see on social media, a lot of the kids like they're sharing their Kotahitanga experiences. They leading up to the tournaments, they're posting online like not long to go and all that sort of stuff. But I do know of one kid. He's 17 this year, and one of my coaches dropped him 2 years ago, and it sort of sent him all loopy. And it was just because obviously he's there to win a tournament and he has to pick the best. But this kid came back last year, made the team, and even speaking with his mum, because I knew that he was getting in a bit of trouble off the field.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and I think that was his connection back and getting himself right again. He was at a rugby school and he got kicked out of that rugby school as well. But it was sort of a I think there's heaps of kids that I can probably name, so I won't name them, but this is something for them to, I don't know, connect back to, and I suppose that they look forward to when they play every year.
Yeah, it's awesome that being able to provide a space like that for so many kids as well.
What's been the most meaningful feedback you received from either like whānau or the wider community?
No, I suppose just what we just touched on. Just finding something a meaning for their kids.
Yeah.
Like these heaps of, like literally every tournament, especially the kids ones.
Yeah.
There's always parents coming up saying like, my son or my daughter hasn't had anything like this before.
Yeah.
And that's what I used to, obviously we used to put teams together because you just want to win. But now it's more about experiences, eh? You
definitely can tell just by talking to you that you value those experiences over winning, which is quite cool. A lot of teams and that I've been around and been a part of, they don't really have that value. It's just all let's win.
But that's the thing, though, bros. You gotta set up. Are you going there to win? Are you going there to win the tournament, or are you going to like this fellow sitting over here going after us? He bloody weird and lost the 17s tournament, and he come and took it off us last year. And I was a little bit annoyed, but I didn't care.
Yeah,
I wanted to win. But like you don't win. But the thing is, like I said earlier, is is that I'd rather get 20 kids signed to NRL and have no trophies, because I've already won.
It's more about the boys and the girls and the men, right?
That's it. No, not the men. Even the adult stuff now.
Yeah.
Sort of going back down to the kids stuff, because I've always done the men's and the women's stuff. And then when you start doing the younger age groups and you see what it means to the kids. Yeah. Like he was there at Tamariki last year and I was broken because I know they were all right, but our gear never turned up. Right. First time ever. Right,
Give it back, man. Give it back. Give it back.
It never came because there was a typhoon in China or whatever, and it came in late. Yeah. And bro, honestly, in here I was broken, bro, because for me, I'm like, fuck, these kids want to play in their gear. Yeah. And so one team had their gear, the other team didn't. Yeah. And so the other team had to play in the under 15s gear or something. So they didn't care, bro. But I did. Yeah. I did, and I was like freaking shattered over it. And then
it's like a 10-minute apology, bro.
Hey.
Yeah, because that's not for me. That's their first experience.
Yeah, right.
Kids, bro. So that's more important.
And you think that sort of thing will stick with them?
No, never.
No?
They don't care about that, bro.
Funny you say that, though, about the first experience, because it was my boy's first experience with Kotahitanga. Yeah. Bro, to this day, and this was, when was the tournament? September last year. Yeah. Bro, he wears his Kotahitanga gears everywhere, every single day. He's proud to tell his mates, who's that team? Oh, from up Auckland, I'm mean. Yeah. He's just so proud to have been a part of that.
Even when
and
you
his brother's jealous.
Even when you go to these national youth tournaments, instead of these kids wearing their regional gears, a lot of them are wearing the Kotahitanga gears, and it's quite cool. And I watch them, I'm like, oh, what size is that? Can I get into that? Shit.
I never got any gears.
Yeah. But I mean, I guess that's just kind of the enigma that surrounds Kotahitanga, right, within that Māori space. I don't know if you have or if you haven't, but have you worked within that national space, or Auckland, Waikato, and all that? No
interest, bro.
Outside of looking in, what do you think the differences are between those national Māori tournaments and the national youth tournaments? What do you think the differences would be to you? What do you think it is looking from the outside of looking in?
Well, the thing is, I suppose with those national tournaments, they have to follow a process. Based on, I suppose, whoever sets the rules and what they have to do. I suppose with the Māori tournaments, we just do what we see. And I suppose with Kotahitanga, I can sort of do things however I want.
Yeah.
But like I think about what's best for the kids, and because I've done so many tournaments.
Yeah.
Like I'd be surprised. Yeah, I haven't missed a tournament for quite a few years.
You haven't?
Haven't missed a tournament for about 14 years.
Damn.
Yeah. So and that's not just with Kotahitanga. That was also when I was doing Tihoi and Tuhoi.
Mm.
Yeah, because my grandmother's from Tuhoi as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now, like I said earlier, like I don't feel like when we get ready for tournaments, it's pretty easy.
Yeah.
All right, bro. I want the real stuff again. What's been one of the hardest challenges you've faced as the founder of Kotahitanga? I know there's some stories, bro. So
Easy
give
answer.
me something.
Easy answer.
Yes.
Bro, players not getting picked.
Yeah?
Hardest one ever. Yep. Definitely the players not getting picked.
Yeah.
Because when if you've got kids, and this happened 2 years ago, so you've got kids coming under 10s, under 11s, they just keep playing, they play, they carry on, and then we're picking out, and then we're telling all the players, because we're 23 players, so we can only take 20 to Aussie. And then those 3 players that missed out, 2 of them had played every age group.
Right.
They played every age group, and then having to, because they don't look back at because the thing is I build I have a relationship with all the kids. You know what I mean? Like I treat them all different. Like, you know, I talk to everyone. I don't, you know, like there's no boss of Kotahitanga.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm just one of them. Just, you know, and do them. And when the coach told them they didn't make the team, straight to me and the parents as well. Yeah, so it's just that's different, and then it's happened on multiple times.
It's a bit of a running thing today with our.
I was just gonna say that, yeah.
As well, right? I mean,
Every journey begins the same way, with a single step into the unknown. But at Peak Performance, you don't walk it alone. We guide you through the setbacks, the breakthroughs, and every moment that defines your strength. DM Journey to Peak Performance. To start yours today.
single biggest disappointment.
Bro, my stacked as hell 2022 Tuakana team. Stacked to the rim and got pumped.
Hey. By who? Can we ask by who?
Auckland Pacifica.
Oi.
You can leave that in the chat too. Nah, it's got heaps of the bros. My bros, they're not even Māori win that team, so that's right. You can leave that in there.
Me? Nah.
Bro, throw it to you for final words. Anything you want to leave our listeners with?
Any sponsors, hit me up. You know, we've got heaps of stuff going on social media, so we can definitely pump you out there. I can use our NRL boys, to try and promote you guys as well. So if you're keen for a yarn, just message me directly.
Always keen, bro.
Or just message me and we'll catch up for a beer, and then we'll worry about that later.
Because we're starting up and we're winging it too, bro.
It's all about the wing. I appreciate you jumping on, bro. It's been mean. Like, I met you that once at Jersey Prezzo. But I think, the last 40 minutes have actually been quite insightful for me because, like I said, knew of Kotahitanga, knew what Kotahitanga was, but never really got into never really got to know what the roots of what Kotahitanga was about. So for me, I appreciate you jumping on, have a chat, bro. This has been dope.
Yeah, thanks for coming through, bro. Thanks for being real with us, being honest. You said you would when I hit you up, and I'm glad we got that real side of you, bro. Appreciate it, and I'd probably like to pick this up again, after one of your next Aussie trips or something, and see how that goes. Bro.
Yeah, part 2, eh? Yeah, so I think we're gonna wrap that up there. Again, thank you very much for the bro as I coming out, jumping on. If you're watching this, hit the like, subscribe button. Kotahitanga, follow them, man, because we've been talking about, an absolute powerhouse within the whole rugby league space here in New Zealand. But bro, appreciate you for jumping on, my lad.
Thank you for having me.
All right, lads, see you later.